Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 9 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we have got news out of, looks like the Winterville area in Greenville. We'll start out with Greenville. This story about a larceny arrest. Up to no good. Police say they received reports of a break-in at Tobacco and Vape on Bells Fork Road in Greenville. They also got a report of another break-in at Rose's Gymnastics about 40 minutes later. Police say some cameras and footprints left in the snow helped them track down the suspect, later identified as Wayne Cusack. Cusack was arrested and charged with 2 counts of breaking and entering, larceny after breaking and entering. Now, warrants say Cusack stole 4 vapes from the tobacco and vape shop. The 22-year-old man was taken to the Pitt County Jail, where he's being held on a thick $6,000 bond. And we are also again following a murder arrest that happened in Winterville. 54-year-old Terrence Harris was arrested by Winterville police overnight. Now, according to warrants, Harris is accused of killing a woman yesterday, and he's been charged with a count of murder. Now, Harris was taken to the Pitt County Jail without bond. We are working to get more information and we'll update the story as we learn more. Of course, we are also still stuck in the snow. I know most schools, not all schools in eastern North Carolina, closed today on remote learning because of the snow. Tomorrow, it'll be interesting to see if we see some more school openings versus closings, but that's up to school administrators to hash out. For us, here's a look again at the snow totals that we saw over the weekend. It was quite a bit. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like our numbers want to populate there. We'll have to fix that coming up at our next update. But here you can again see some of that snow still present across eastern North Carolina. Going to be a very sunny day today, and that will help with some melt. Also, air temperatures getting slightly above freezing will certainly help as well, but I think we're going to be seeing the big melt occur once we get into tomorrow. Tuesday is going to be the day where we see air temperatures return to the low 40s, and snow has a really tough time sticking around in the low 40s. Right now, air temperatures in the upper teens to low 20s. Generally, well, looks like we've got about between 15 degrees in Windsor all the way up to 27 degrees in Hatteras. But those are your air temperatures. Here's what it feels like outside. Not too much of a change because winds have really relaxed since yesterday, since the weekend. So your feels like temperature still going to be cold. Still going to be cold, but not quite as cold as what we were dealing with yesterday, where, in fact, at one point, I believe it was Morehead City ended up with a negative feels-like temperature. Not normal for eastern North Carolina, but alas, usually we don't see snowstorms like the one we had. Northwesterly winds right now blowing in at about 6 to 12 miles per hour. Not seeing much in terms of gusts. Coming up for tomorrow morning, still starting out cold. It is going to be down in the likely mid-teens to upper 20, or excuse me, low 20s coming up for 7 a.m. By 8, we're at around 23 degrees, 37 by 11. As we head into the afternoon, again, possibly looking at the 40s. Going to feel a little bit warmer. You'll be able to feel that change, but more importantly, again, it's going to help melt away any sort of snow that is left behind. Now, we're not looking at any sort of real rain threat until we get to Tuesday afternoon to Tuesday evening at the very earliest. Here's Tuesday afternoon. There you see just a quick little spot shower, but then once we get into your Wednesday morning, get past midnight Tuesday and into Wednesday, there's a look at some rain showers rolling in, and it's important to note they are coming in as rain showers. Does not look like we're going to be seeing any sort of additional snowfall with this next round of moisture. Model runs last week were certainly pointing to that being a possible solution, but now again things have really trended away from additional snow in eastern North Carolina, especially with that low traveling a little bit further up to our north, taking the opportunity for some backside snow flurries, taking those away from eastern North Carolina. Do want to say good morning to Gene Carr. Great to again see the sun shining. Couldn't agree more, and we're going to see more of that sun over the next several days. Here's a look at your full 8-day forecast tomorrow, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and even into Monday. Now, well, I shouldn't say tomorrow. Today, it's Groundhog Day, but if you watch the movie, it's also tomorrow. Anyways, Tuesday and Wednesday, a little bit more cloud cover overhead. We'll wake up to sunshine tomorrow morning, but then those clouds will build over the day. Rain showers roll in Tuesday, I would say late night at this point, but Wednesday is looking like the day where we'll see most of those drops roll through. And then from there, temperatures drop. 44 degrees Tuesday, 42 Wednesday, 37 on Thursday. We'll be cold again for this upcoming weekend, but we are going to see dry conditions. This will be our first dry weekend of 2026. Obviously, I'm knock on wood right now, just to make sure that everybody knows I didn't jinx it. But again, something to look forward to. I do have some questions. Milana Dale, thank you for the updates. You all do a great job. Thank you so much, Milana, for the, again, kind words. Good morning to Amanda Bloom. Are we supposed to get snow Wednesday night? No, and I know a lot of people, especially people with iPhones, have been reaching out asking, well, my iPhone app says that we're going to get snow. Totally understand. We aren't going to be, again, seeing snow. It's we did have a few model runs again that inconsistently showed snow, different kinds of setups, but nothing again where we saw a consistent pattern that would point us towards that being more of a possibility. The more inconsistent models are, the more error there is, and the less confident we are in those models. So whenever we see, again, those big inconsistencies, we can kind of just, especially with a snowfall forecast, crumple it up, throw it away. Probably not going to happen. We see several of those each winter. The question is being able to decipher the ones that are going to hit, like the ones we had this past weekend, and, of course, the ones that won't, like the one where, again, models, some crazy models are putting out there that we may see some snowflakes. Does not look like that is going to happen at this point. Obviously, things can change, but I don't think we're going to be seeing that big of a change coming up over the next several days. But that's all we have time for today's 9 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, have a fantastic rest of your Monday.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by ENC Pirate Realty.